In the top stories, government concedes on some aspects of the controversial solid waste tax, concern over more than 100 vacancies in the police force, and another man charged with the murder of Dereck Hunte. Welcome to Nation News for Friday, July 18th, 2014. I'm Natasha Beckles.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News, your time, your way.
The Frondell Stewart administration has pulled back somewhat on the controversial municipal solid waste tax by waiving the tax for some pensioners. In a move that was announced this morning just minutes before a full meeting of the social partnership, Minister of Finance Chris Sinclair said government had listened to the concerns of Barbadians and the tax will not have to be paid by pensioners whose properties had an improved value of $190,000 or less. In another move to ease some of those hit hard by the new tax, he announced that farmers will receive a 50% waiver, while all taxpayers will not be given until year-end to make the payments without incurring penalties and interest. The concessions were welcomed by the Barbados Association of Retired Persons, but President Ed Bushell urged government to go a step further.
We appreciate this first step in alleviating the burden placed on pensioners and look forward to a further consideration for those pensioners whose site value is over $190,000. We trust that a rebate similar to that applied to pensioners under the Land Tax Act, Section 6B, will be granted to this group.
Prime Minister Frondell Stewart plans to meet with the Barbados Workers' Union in an effort to mend the rift between the island's largest trade union and the Congress of Trade Unions and Staff Associations. He said the distance between the two bodies continued to be a matter of concern for him, and he felt the rift could be mended. Speaking after this morning's social partnership meeting, he expressed regret that the BWU was not present.
The absence from the meeting today was felt. It's a matter of regret. But I'm satisfied that it can be mended, that they're mature people on all sides, and get a modus vivendi worked out between those two arms of the BWU.
There are almost 150 vacancies in the Royal Barbados Police Force which need to be filled if the agency is to effectively carry out its duties. This from Acting Commissioner of Police Tyrone Griffith, who says the shortfall is unprecedented and could grind the force to a halt, with posts from the rank of sergeant to deputy commissioner remaining unfilled. He made the comments today during the closing ceremony for a Regional Security System Training Institute seminar. He noted that it had been recommended to the Police Service Commission that acting officers be placed in the senior positions, and training at the Regional Police Training Center should resume later this year to boost manpower. A second man has been remanded to prison in connection with the June 3rd murder of Dereck Hunte of Lynch's St. Philip. 28-year-old Scott Kobe Richardson Harewood of Bequest St. Philip will reappear in court on August 14th, as will his brother Stuart Kenny Macmillan Harewood, who was remanded yesterday. Scott also pleaded guilty to unrelated charges of theft and burglary when he appeared in court today. He was sentenced to 9 and 18 months in prison respectively. The sentences will run concurrently. Chief Executive Officer of the National Control Foundation, Cranston Brown, says that organization is committed to both Grand Kadooment and the ever-growing 4-day morning jam. The latter, over the years, has become a popular choice for revelers, and in certain quarters, it seems to be giving Grand Kadooment a run for its money. However, the CEO threw his organization's support behind both events this morning during the launch of Bridgetown Market, which is being staged in association with Stag, and the Roberts BL&P 4-day morning jam. The Cave Hill School of Business has been witnessing a gradual reduction in enrollment since 2008, and CEO and Director Dr. Janine Comer expects it to continue. She said the decline was because of the general economic environment, as students of the school have always had to pay for tuition. She was speaking this morning after the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between the Cave Hill School and Sagicor Life. It provides funding for capacity building and research in business education, scholarships, a virtual internal corporate university, and a leaders program for Sagicor's senior level employees. It will also include a name change for the school to be announced at a later date. Going Places Travel has launched a partnership with UNICEF to raise funds for early childhood development and education. Representatives of the two entities signed a memorandum of understanding for the Global Change for Good Trust this morning at UN House. Under the initiative, customers of the travel agency will be encouraged to donate foreign notes and local coins to offices around the Caribbean. Republic Bank officials had projected that more than 600 people would visit their financial care unit as government's austerity measures left them jobless. But senior manager Carlos Brathwaite said yesterday only about 200 customers took advantage of the bank's facilities, and a quarter of those have settled their loans. He said the majority of indebted customers apparently prefer to use their savings to help pay off their debts, or they allow the bank to encash security deposits. Mr. Brathwaite was speaking as the financial institution rolled out its new student loan help desk and revealed the dismantling of the financial care unit. In sport, Julian Michael Jackson White provided a thriller to capture the third edition of the Silver Hill Road Tennis Championship last night in front of more than 2,000 spectators. He showed superior mental fortitude to tame former island-wide king Antonio Lil Man Daniel 21-18, 17-21, 22-20. He claimed the first prize of $2,000. And finally, a 49-year-old Connecticut man faces threatening charges after a woman told police he stabbed a watermelon in a passive-aggressive manner. Police say the woman had gone to police to report finding drugs in his toolbox, but the man was not arrested. They say she later returned home to find the watermelon on the counter with a butcher's knife in it. She reported that the man then entered the room and began carving the watermelon. The man was released after posting a $500 bond. And that's Nation News for Friday. You can get it on our website, nationnews.com, as well as our YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitter. Do enjoy your weekend.